So, you all may have heard the complaints that people have made towards Disney concerning the fact that every time a black character is the main character in a movie, the character gets turned into something non-human for the majority of the film. So, this happened in The Princess and the Frog, with Tiana being a frog for most of the film. Then it also happened in that movie, I think it was called Soul, right? Now, I want to share a post that I just saw on Twitter, okay? Somebody posted mocking this complaint, right? This complaint that black characters are turned into non-human entities for the majority of their films, right? And this person put in quotation marks, "Why does Disney and Pixar always turn their POC characters into an animal/soul for the majority of that film, except they don't?" And then they listed a bunch of non-black characters. And y'all, this perfectly highlights exactly why I will not let y'all call me a person of color. This exactly highlights the issue. Ain't nobody nowhere ever said that POC characters get turned into non-human entities. Nobody ever said that. The point that you attempting to prove is null and void, right? What we said is that black characters are turned into non-human entities. We didn't mention Hawaiians or Asians or mestizo Hispanics or nobody else. We didn't mention nobody who is not black but also not white, right? We mentioned black characters. But you see what you did? You used that person of color umbrella to erase the unique issues that affect black people. Because the reality is that, yes, black characters are going through this thing, but you sat here and you pretended that that is not happening and said, well, golly, Willikers, look at all these POC. This is not happening to us. Bitch, didn't nobody say it was. Nobody was talking about you. Like, what are you saying here, right? But this exactly is my issue with people of color. Non-black people who are also not white, right? So they are the people of colors, right? They will really do stuff like this with things that are much more serious than a Disney movie. Now, of course, you know, it's messed up that black characters are the only characters that get turned into animals and whatever for the entire duration of the movie. Absolutely. Yeah, we need to talk about that too, right? But this issue doesn't stop here. In real life, we have unique issues that affect black people specifically, but they never get addressed because you all sit there and say, well, this is not happening to POC, so I guess it's not happening. Nobody mentioned you. Nobody mentioned you. All of this trying to lump black people under the POC umbrella is just another way to erase the very real issues that black people uniquely face in this system of white supremacy. And this is such a beautiful example of this. like this is such an in-your-face example of this. And I'm very glad that people were calling this out. I'm honestly glad with the direction that we are going in because people have been calling stuff out way more than they used to be, right? But this is my point. This is my point, right? Y'all will sit here and talk about something benefiting POC. Okay, what is it doing for black people? Absolutely nothing. So why am I being lumped in with you all? Because this didn't actually do shit for me, right? All of this POC lumping is just a way for black people to continue to not get anything but pretending we did because non-black people of color who are not quite white got something. Now, I will say this. I don't know if the person who made this post is white or a person of color, his or herself, right? But it could go either way. Like, this could have easily came from a white person or a non-black person of color, right? Because the thing is, I say this all the time, these people of color be just as racist as white people. The only difference is in America, they don't have as much power as white people do to oppress us. That is the only difference, right? These people of color will sit there and look at the fact that black people are the most oppressed. They will know good and well that in their communities, they talk crap about black people. They treat us horribly back in their home countries, etc., etc., etc. They will see that. They will see, oh, back in their home countries, black people are still being enslaved and are bottom class citizens and horrifically oppressed and stuff and yada, 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 right? And they will ignore all that and be like, oh, black people, they think they're the center of attention. They have the ultimate victim complex. What people of color characters are not being turned into animals or so. It's just black people just trying too hard to act like they're the victim. But the reality is this: we are the victim. We are the victim. And you pretending that you don't see the differences in what we go through. Like, for example, this, the black characters getting turned into animals and stuff, and the non-black characters not getting turned into animals and stuff, right? You pretending that you don't see that means that you basically just an agent of white supremacy yourself. And that's why I don't like getting lumped in with y'all, because y'all like to pretend that in this system of white supremacy, it's white people versus everybody else. But no, it's really everybody else versus black people. So if anything, y'all need to get lumped in with white people. I don't need to get lumped in with y'all.